Hey guys, what's going on? I just got back from spring training 2016 in Phoenix. Went out there for six days. Saw the Royals, Rangers, Diamondbacks, Mariners, and Brewers. And came away with 15 signed Major League Baseballs, a few cards, and a couple of photos as well. So we'll get right into it. On the first day, went down to Chase Field and got in line very early in the morning, around 5:15, for autograph vouchers to their Fan Fest that day. I tried to get vouchers online, but was unsuccessful in doing so. They did put aside a certain number of vouchers to the general public. So they went on sale at 11 o'clock, and believe it or not, I was not even the first one in line that day. There were about 15 people in front of me. So there was one guy in particular that I wanted to get, and when they went on sale at 11 o'clock, I was able to get two for him, and I got one for a couple other guys. They were $5 each, so I mean, it was a no-lose situation. So the first one, the trip, and the Fan Fest was perennial MVP candidate for the Diamondbacks, Paul Goldschmidt, and that's probably one of the nicest ones I've gotten from Paul Goldschmidt. I've gotten before, but never like that. Put his number on it and everything as well, so that was a good way to kick off the trip. The second guy, the second session I went to was for Yasmani Tomas. Never gotten him before. He could turn out to be really good. Didn't have a great year last year, but we'll see. But it was cool to get him. And then the last guy, anybody who's dealt with him in the past knows that he does not sign practices or games, and the only way to really get him is at a Fan Fest type setting. I was able to get two vouchers. I gave one to my dad to get. So I came away with two Major League Baseballs, but this is the one that I got, and it came out perfect. This is my favorite autograph of the trip, and the main one I wanted to get. It is Greinke. So that came out awesome. He was awkward as usual while signing, but gave a perfect autograph, and was really happy to get that. That was my favorite one. So not a bad way to kick off the trip. Day two, we headed out to Rangers camp. It was pitchers and catchers primarily. A couple of top prospects were around, and a couple of position players. But the first one of the day was top prospect Lewis Brinson. I think he's number 16 prospect overall. So it was cool to get him. He was really nice. And then I was able to get three from Cole Hamels. Surprisingly, it was completely different from what he was like when he was with the Phillies. But he was signing a lot and talking with people. And did get two cards from him, and then he signed for a second time, and I noticed he was actually signing the sweet spot, which I've never seen him do. So decided to get him on a Major League ball as well. Put his number and everything. He was really cool. So it was nice to get Cole Hamels, and then the main guy I wanted to get, pitcher-wise, from Texas. He blew me off last year, but was very friendly actually this year. Signed for everybody. I was able to get two. I'll show the cards that I got at the end, but this is the Major League Baseball I got from Darvish. So finally able to get him. So that was a great second day. Day three, went back to Diamondbacks camp. There was a couple other guys I wanted to get, and I thought I would be able to get no problem at the camp. The first one was a newly acquired pitcher, Shelby Miller. I know he was a good signer. He was with the Cardinals. Not sure how he was with the Braves, but he only did sign about 10 the day I got him, so was lucky to get him, but was happy to. And then the other guy was Hall of Famer Tony LaRussa. And not his best signature, I know, but I can't complain. He's a Hall of Famer, so I'll take it. But really cool to get him. Did get a few cards as well that I will show. Day number 4 was one of the worst days that I had. Went to the Royals camp, and I was told that Kansas City camp was actually one of the tougher places to get signatures from. And they kept the main pitchers and players on the two front fields, which are inaccessible to fans. But fortunately, on my way out, I noticed that Lorenzo Cain was in the outfield shagging balls for BP, and there were cuts in the fence. So I went over to the outfield fence, and a ball was hit over his head, and when he came near one of the cuts in the fence, I asked him, will you sign when you're done? And he didn't give me a yes or no answer, but when he was done, I called to him again, and he waved his glove at me and said, I'll get you later, bro. And I called back to him. I was like, Lorenzo, I'm the only one out here. I've been waiting here all day. Can you sign one for me? And he walked another good 10 feet or so, and then turned around and came right back over to the fence and signed for me. So it was cool to get him. Signed it really nice. Lorenzo Cain. Literally the only autograph signed all day at Royals camp that day. So got really lucky with that one. The next day was much, much better. I got a couple guys that I've really been after for a long time. The first one at Rangers camp, he was signing going between practice fields, and it is Prince Fielder. Finally able to get him. And then the next guy, I've never been able to get him. He's always been tough, but he was very nice on this particular day. Was even asking if we wanted the sweet spot. It is future Hall of Famer Adrian Beltre. So very happy to finally get him. And then after we were done getting Fielder and Beltre, there was a guy there who had a buddy over at the Kansas City camp next door who said that the position players had actually gone out to the back fields that day. So we headed over there right afterwards to see what was going on, and unfortunately a bunch of the position players were actually already in, but some of the infielders were still out on field number 2, and when they cross field 2 to go to the clubhouse, they have to cross in front of the fans. You know, granted it's about 20 feet away or so, but you're able to call to them and ask them to come over. And this last guy crossed in front of us. I asked him to come over, and he did, and it was really cool. It was Hosmer. So that was probably the second best or one of the best days I had out there. So then the next day was probably the worst day. I went to the Mariners camp to try for Robinson Cano. None of the big stars signed inside practice. Not Cano, not Felix. Edgar Martinez only signing for little kids. So I wasn't able to get anybody inside practice, but on his way out from practice, I got this guy last year, but not on a Major League ball. But I decided to get him on a ball so I don't get shut out. It is all-star outfielder Nelson Cruz. So didn't get shut out there, and it was cool to get him on a ball. And then on the last day, we decided to go down to Brewers camp. I figured there wouldn't be too many people there, and they're not a very good team right now, so wanted to have a really good day on our last day. We could have gone to Dodgers or White Sox, maybe Angels, but didn't need too many guys from those teams that I have gotten before. Never went to Brewers, so I decided to go there. And the first guy, this is the only ball that was signed for me that was not on the sweet spot. I asked him to do so, and he kind of just ignored me. But it is their top prospect, Orlando Arcia. Gave me a really nice signature. It's a shame he didn't sign the sweet spot, but you can't complain. So I was able to get him, and then the last autograph of the trip was this guy who I've never gotten before. I know he's on the decline now, but it's former MVP and Rookie of the Year, Ryan Braun. So that was all the baseballs that I got on the trip. Also, while I was at Brewers camp, I decided that I didn't have anything for this guy, no baseball or anything like that, but I decided to get a picture in the gift shop for him. It is probably who the Brewers ace is now. It's Jimmy Nelson, and he was nice enough to put "Go Brewers" on the photo for me as well. So it was cool to get him. And then for cards on the trip, I don't collect cards, but if I do have one for a guy and he's signing, I will get it. So I got Nick Tepesh, Gene Segura, Patrick Corbin. This is one of Cole Hamels. This is the second Cole Hamels. Yu Darvish, David Peralta, Charlie Furbush, Adrian Beltre again, and Jonathan Lucroy. So that's what I got for cards. And then there was surprisingly a free signing going on for a member of the Phoenix Suns while we were there, and we decided to go down to that. I was told this guy, I'm not a big basketball collector, but was told this guy has a potential to be a real superstar one day, and he was signing for free, so we figured what the heck, print out some photos and went down. It is Suns rookie Devin Booker. So we got 1, 2. And then this one came out probably the best. So that's it for the trip. Spring training 2016 in the books. Did awesome. Had a great time. And looking forward to next year. Anybody, please, if you can get out to Phoenix, please do. It's a great time. So that does it. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.